garage. Well, before we get going on the video, it's Memorial Day, and I just wanted to pause for just a moment and say what gratitude I have, and hopefully you do too, for the veterans that lost their lives fighting for our freedom. 1.3 million servicemen and women died to protect freedom. So on Memorial Day, while you're cooking your steaks or going out swimming or celebrating the beginning of summer, which is really cool, take a moment and thank a veteran for paying the supreme sacrifice for allowing us to do what we want to do on a special day. So with that said, happy Memorial Day. Let's get going on the video. I'm working on the frame of the Jeep, working on getting the skid plate put back up, the rusty terrible thing. Got a couple other things going on, and we got some big stuff coming up on the Redneck Garage, like a new shop. So those are all things coming up on the horizon, but I got to get the skid plate back up on the Jeep, otherwise it's just going to sit in the driveway. Alright, I got the frame finished. I even sprayed some internal frame coating from Eastwood on the areas that I could see that were rusty. This stuff works great as far as like being able to go in and spray the internal parts of the frame to retard that rust. This stuff is great. I got the bolts that have been sitting in Evaporust. We're going to take a look at those. We'll take a look at the frame, and I've got the skid plates ready to go back on. Awesome! Well, there's the side skid plate, and it looks nice. And here's the main skid plate with the Gorilla welded plate in there. And I'm happy with that. I think I can hear it rusting. That's how bad this design is. We'll see how long this thing lasts on there. I'm guessing it'll probably last longer than I own the Jeep, tell you the truth. And there is the rough country plate that's going to go on top of it. I'll feel better about this because there's nowhere it can go than on top of this. So awesome. Holy moly, that frame looks really, really nice. It's been rust proofed. It had rust preventing paint, and then I put a top coat on it, so it's ready to go as far as like the frame goes. It looks 100% better. Now I just got to get the skid plate installed over here. I'm putting on some gloves just because it's dirty, not because it's going to burn or anything. Here's the bolts. They look absolutely perfect as far as like rust. There's not one bit of rust anywhere on them. Here's a pair of pliers I threw into the Evaporust, and they look perfect. They were rusted up. Couldn't even open them. They look fantastic. I'm going to put a little soap in there, wash it off, and they'll be ready to spray a little bit of light paint on to prevent rusting. Use some copper anti-seize on them, and we'll start installing this thing. On a side note, I got a windshield in for the Jeep because if you look at the old one, the seal isn't that great, but there's a big chip right here in the glass, and I hated that. And when I paint it, I would rather have the windshield out because I'm changing colors. So at that point, for 116 bucks, I was able to find a windshield. But the first thing I have to do is make sure that the dang thing isn't broken, because if I wait 6 months or however long it is before I paint this thing and this is broken, guess what? I get nothing. Well, it's a good dang thing I checked it, because this thing is broken. Holy crap. This is how it came. There's no foam on the bottom side to keep it from flexing back and forth, so it looks like somebody stood on it. But let me get on line real quick and send them a message saying give me my money back. The reason I know to check it is because that's happened to me before on the TJ, and the first windshield I got in sat for about 5 months, and then it was broken when I opened it up, and I thought, well, maybe I did it, but who knows. So always open up things that could be broken to make sure you don't get hosed. If you ever wanted to see a musician try to do household chores, here it is.
Hey, you know I'm good.
What?
You know I'm good.
I thought you already had those down before.
Don't you be putting this on YouTube?
Yeah, it's going on YouTube. He's got carpenter bees eating his shutters up. If you don't want carpenter bees to come back, you have to coat the wood. So he stained the front side, but where they were eating on the back side, and he'd gotten them out and plugged the holes, he didn't coat it.
Don't you dare.
That's right.
Why don't you put this on your YouTube channel?
They're going on YouTube, baby.
I better get some rules.
Hey, at least he's fixing it. He could have just said, forget it, I don't care, but yeah, there you go.
I don't want to have the conversation
Yeah.
6 months from now.
Man, I'm having to listen to him over there cuss. It was hot as a firecracker today. It was in the 90s, and I sweat all day long working on people's locks and cars. But I'm home now. The sun's starting to go down a little bit. It's cooling off. So I'm going to try to get the skid plate up underneath. Let's take a look at where I'm at with that. I got the bolts coated. I've got some anti-seize. I think this is going to go well. Lawnmowers, weed eaters, everything's going. This is step one. See if I can get the factory skid plate up underneath the gas tank, and then we'll go from there. Well, so far so good. I'm gonna finagle it around, see if I can get it to line up a little bit. I gotta redo the jack, and I gotta get that strap out of the way. That strap is blocking the hole. Alright, I think I've got it up high enough. I'm gonna go ahead and take the tension off this strap, and hopefully it'll hang there long enough to get a bolt in this side and one in the back there, and hopefully on the other side too. There's the strap holding up the gas tank. Now I should be able to just pull it through. This prevented me from having to do anything else with the gas tank, so I was happy about that. I guess I could just... there we go. Alright, so now I'm going to jack it up enough to get a bolt here, and then on the other side, and then I'm going to look at the rough country skid plate. Alright, with a ton of effort, I got the repaired skid plate up underneath there, and now I'm ready to go ahead and put the rough country plate up above, beneath that. So I'll get this on the jack and then we'll take a look at it. Alright, I'm going to start raising it up, and I'm using this hole kind of to line it up. So just take your time and try to keep it balanced on there. Alright. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put some anti-seize on this one. Let's see if I can get it started in the hole there. That'll be mighty fine. Oh yeah. Alright, you can see the bolt here. This is the first bracket. And it goes here. And it mounts into those holes. So awesome. Let me get this on. Alright, so this wasn't a lot of fun. I had to loosen up the bolt. Hold it up underneath here, loosen up the bolt, let this drop down, and then put the bolts in. So now I can tighten it up in the top. And the reason that these brackets have an opening right here is so you can get your socket up in there. Because I kind of wondered about that. Alright, so I still got the back one to do and the other side, but I think that's going to be it for tonight. Alright, so that's going to be it for tonight, man. I am tuckered out. It took a lot out of me. It's sweaty and laying on the ground, yuck. A lift would be super nice. I got the original skid plate on, and I've got the rough country plate in place. I've got a couple more brackets to put on, so I'll finish that up tomorrow. I'll get a little bit wider angle lens so I can show you everything on how it installs, but I am super excited about it. I still have to drill a hole where I repaired the tank to put in the other skid plate for the other side that mounts up to that one. So that'll be the last thing that I do. Moving right along, man. Put the tires back on it. This thing will be drivable if I could ever get a steering wheel. I've been fighting with those crackheads at Redline Goods. Don't ever buy anything from them. And my truck, my Maverick, the white one that I ordered, is in production finally. So that was a good day. And I got a broken windshield. So you never know what you're going to get every day. Had a good day at work. So keep watching. This Jeep is going to be beautiful. I'm telling you. I appreciate you being a subscriber. Any questions, comments, post them below. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. I need a beer. Keep turning wrenches.